All right.
Let's bring in a comedian to get some real opinions on this. Carlos Mencia, you love the Miss America pageant.
Everybody's too sensitive.
Thank you.
Too sensitive.
It's hard to be a comic these days, right? Because everything can be taken the wrong way.
I know. You're what are you guys? You're bleeping Filipino?
Right, exactly.
Yes, I'm a blanking Jew.
I know.
I am.
But we've asked comedians about this.
But here's the other side of it.
Okay.
The other side of it is America is such an awesome country.
Right.
That the things we worry about are what people say. That's how
Right.
amazing our lives are.
Right.
You know, half of the world has no access to drinking water.
Right.
You know what I
True.
mean? In
Right.
America, we don't drink
worry
tap
about
water
a
because it
tweet.
doesn't taste good. Like,
Right, that's true.
Could you imagine bringing somebody from Africa that has to walk 20 miles to get a bucket of water that's dirty and bring them to America and they go to get our faucet water? We're like, no, that's horrible. Have some Fiji. They would be like, what are you talking about?
Or they have to explain to them why you're this worked up because someone wrote a tweet.
Right.
And it was really offensive to a certain
because we're
group.
like, oh my God, there's so much traffic. And they're like, we don't even have a sandwich.
Right.
It's
But
a
see,
whole
for you being
different
Latino,
level.
it's fair game to talk about Latinos,
But everything has
right?
always
But
been
is
fair
it fair
game.
But I mean, you could get backlash though. Are you,
You
ever like
can.
sensitive? You're worried about like saying something that's going to offend someone now?
I don't, because you know what? I'm sorry if I offend anybody. That's not my intent. But I'm not sorry that I said what I said because it's intended to be funny.
Yeah.
It's not intended to be hurtful.
I think some of the funniest humor is esoteric.
But
you
it
know what I mean?
is.
It's
But it
hilarious.
is who we are. It's like everybody lives in a world that they wish was instead of the world that is. Do you know what I mean? There's two different worlds. It's like my friend from Africa was having a good conversation with me, and he told me that people in Africa are mad at Americans. And I said, I don't understand why. And he said, okay, listen. So people in Africa die because we don't have food to eat, we don't have water to eat, we are getting Ebola, nobody cares. But one lion dies. And I was like, oh my God.
That's true.
And I could see that. I mean, could
So
you imagine
true.
they're like
Right.
starving and dying
That's
and asking
true.
for help? And we're like,
War-torn,
sorry,
right.
one lion, all of America. What are we going to do about the lion? I mean, you see that stuff and you go, okay, that's funny.
But look
we
how
also
long it
have
took us
perspective.
to pay attention to Syria. It took a dead toddler photographed on a beach for all of us to actually be like, we got to take some of these people in. We gotta do
Exactly.
something.
But I guarantee you, somebody will tweet or call in right now, Carlos hates animals. It's
Right.
like, no, really?
They're going to.
Of course they do.
I saw your tweets last night, so you did watch the debate.
Of course
Yes.
I did.
What do you think?
You know what? There was nobody like really amazing. Nobody said anything
No?
awesome. I think it's really cool that there's two Latinos in there and then nobody's talking about it.
Right.
Even though they're Cuban, so it's different. no,
Well, does
because
it
people
count?
don't know.
Canadian.
Here's why, because
No.
Cubans
They're
are
different.
very different from all the other
Yes.
Latinos because they're never Democrats because they still argue about the Bay of Pigs.
They're still
Like I was
mad.
just
They're
in
still mad.
Miami.
It was
they're
yesterday.
still mad.
It was
Like I was in Hialeah hanging out with my Cuban friends and they're like, we're not gonna vote Democratic. You remember the Bay of Pigs? I was like, dude, that was forever ago. They don't care. But if it wasn't like Mexicans are very conservative too. Most Latinos are very conservative.
Yeah.
Well-
It's just that when the conservative parties come in and say anti-immigration and anchor babies, you know, they're
What do
mad.
you think about Trump's wall?
Oh, Trump, really? When Trump said Mexicans are rapists, somewhere in the world I thought Bill Cosby was going, I told you it wasn't me. I think it's hysterical. Look, here's the truth about this. We are the United States of America. We have put a man on the moon, a rover on Mars, and we 10 years ago launched a satellite that connected with an asteroid going 86,000 miles an hour. We can stop Pedro from crossing a border if we want to. Look, two states, Georgia and Alabama, passed really strict laws in 2012. All the illegals went into hiding or left.
Right.
You know what else happened? Millions of dollars of crops, specifically tomatoes, rotted away. Because once they were gone, you know how many Americans that were complaining, they took my job, went to go collect their job? Zero. In Georgia, they got so desperate, they let people out of jail prematurely and told them, as long as you pick during the day, you can stay out of jail. They picked for half a day and then said, we're going back to jail.
I love my tomatoes. I can tell you
That's
that
how.
much.
That's how. Like people just don't get it. And when people like me talk about it and we make fun of it, it's either "How dare you" or the opposite of like, "Why will you talk about our people like that?" It's
You
always
have
somebody.
to. If you want to be part of America, you have to get made fun of. That's what we do here.
But that's
and we
what
all get made fun of, and that's what
everybody
makes us all
has.
American. Exactly.
Exactly. The
Carlos,
sad part is this.
You're
The
doing
sad part-
God's work. You
Well,
really
the
are.
sad part is that it takes a bombing like September 11th to make us forget that you're Jewish, that I was born in Honduras, that you're Filipino. If September 12th was today, we would be talking about unity, harmony, America.
Those
That's the
tragedies.
sad part.
All right, you can catch Carlos Mencia, the Irvine
God, look how fat I was
Improv.
then. Oh my God.
Look how good you are, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we need a new
You got
photo.
two shows tonight, and several more shows through Sunday. It's all that working out, man. It's all that energy. You're like,
Yeah, I got it. I'm not like
bundle of
Herschel
energy.
Walker.
Did you see him?
Did
My
you fight him?
God, no, I'm not gonna fight him. My God, I looked at him and I said, if we were in jail, I'd be in trouble.
Right.